Washington Avenue. Good evening, Dr. Salemi and Dr. Polari, and board members. As you know, I'm the director of the West Patterson School-Age Child Care Program, the nonprofit before and after school daycare program for the residents of Woodland Park. Our program is held at all 3 Woodland Park schools, and the program pays rent to the Board of Education for the use of the area of the buildings where our program is held. In early February, I contacted Dr. Polari and Mr. DeFlori requesting renewal of the SAC lease for 2016-2017. I was told it would be put on the February 22nd agenda, and it was, but it was tabled by the board. I have not received a response as of today as to why it was tabled. However, I note that the request for renewal is not on the agenda for tonight's meeting, leaving me to believe that the program does not have your support. I was one of the founding members of the SAC program. I was the only non-Board of Education member of the ad hoc committee that began the program. We did all of our due diligence work. We visited other programs. We contacted parents to find out what they needed. We did everything we needed to make sure that we had things in place for a good program. The West Patterson and Little Falls Police Departments stepped up to sponsor us at that time. That's when the 2 West Patterson and Little Falls Police Departments were one union. You may remember Ellen Gambatese and Mary Zazella as former board members. They were actually on the committee with me when we started the program. We had 3 goals. First, we wanted to be sure that the families in our community had a safe place for their children to be before and after school. Second, we didn't want the program to be so costly as to require that one of the members of the family had to get a second job to pay for it. And third, we wanted to keep it as a bipartisan program, nonpartisan program. We did not want any political party to play with it. Tony DePasquale was the superintendent, just came to mind at the time that we started the program. Little Falls opened their program the same year we opened ours. When we started our program in 1991, there were 11 students in the program. That was 25 years ago. Since 91, we've seen many changes to the program. We've expanded every year and grew to need not just Beatrice Gilmore School, but Charles Albin Memorial as well. SAC is currently licensed in the state of New Jersey for before and after school daycare in all 3 schools. We didn't need to be licensed when we first started. It was not required. When we opened the doors, we opened it to 11 students. Today we have over 200, and the program employs 16 counselors. I'm proud to say that a few of the teachers in Woodland Park schools actually worked for the program. And I know that a couple of the board members may have had children in the program at one time or another. Through all these years, and despite the changes in board members and the growth of the program, we still remain a safe place for West Patterson School-Age Child Care. Unfortunately, we're not as cost-effective as is truly needed in our community. The only time since 1991 that the tuition costs have been increased have been because of the rent increase imposed by the school board. There were times that rather than pass that cost along, I held back to see if we could squeak by with meeting payroll, insurance, equipment purchases, and training costs. Parents stepped up to the plate and donated paper, crayons, and games so the students would have activities. As I stand here tonight, I still do not have a lease for 16-17 school year. The families that depend on the SAC program would be disappointed to hear that this board does not see the importance and need for this program in our community. I'm looking at each of you. I see neighbors. I see parents that care about their kids. I see community members who've been charged with the task of making our schools successful and having good Woodland Park residents. It's disheartening to believe that some of you may not realize how valuable this program is to our community, or that you may believe that the program might be a way to make money for the board instead of providing a needed service at an affordable cost. It's because of your hesitation to renew our lease and ongoing rental increases that has led me to feel that this program does not have your support. It's with a heavy heart that I tell you that the West Patterson School-Age Child Care Program will no longer be seeking a lease for the 2016-2017 school year. We'll close our doors on the last day of this school year and not reopen in September. When I leave here this evening, I'll send an email to the parents currently enrolled in the program and the families of the incoming kindergartners, letting them know that they will need to find before and after school care for their child for next school year. I've enjoyed nearly every moment I've been working with the program, and I'll miss the students and the parents that I've met along the way. I know I'll probably never find out why there was hesitation in the school board's part in acting on the renewal of the lease. I won't hold that against you as my neighbors. And I sincerely hope that the West Patterson community does not either. Please do not let your community down by not taking action to provide a new program for the next school year. I thank you for your time.
Ms. Oxley, it's not that this board doesn't think or hold high regard for your program. This year has been a very difficult year with our budget, and we're fighting a very hard budget with a 2% cap. And we're working very hard on it, and we're trying to work on the whole thing as a whole. Our committees are still working on it. Our budget is due to be submitted tomorrow, and that's why we are waiting to see where we can go with the funds that we have. So it's not that we don't think that the program is needed. We know the program is needed, and we're working on it hard, and we're going to work on it hard to get you on the agenda. It's just that we don't have the answers right now because that's where we are right now. So we're hoping.
I appreciate the comments, Dr. Slaney, but unfortunately it's not going to be possible.
Anybody else second public hearing? I'd like to go into a motion to go into executive session.
Move it.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?